Okay, so I didn't want to make any fan theories for book 4 until we had some more information, but after about 2 weeks of no new info on the next season, I decided to just put up some theories since I haven't made a video in a while. Please keep in mind that most of these will probably be proven wrong after we get an official trailer, but I will make more detailed theories in another video after we get an official trailer. So I can't wait for that to happen. Also, you might want to watch my other short trailer breakdown video for some context for this one. I'll link that video in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. My first theory is that Billy and Ryan are going to pair up with Hazel and Amelia on their journey throughout the train. My main evidence for this is that every book has had their main characters be introduced in the previous book, and I don't see why Owen Dennis and the crew would all of a sudden change this aspect now, as it is a pretty clever way to reward the audience for watching the previous seasons and connecting all of the books. If they do team up with Hazel and Amelia, I would be really interested to see how the 4 main characters would be handled. When your show has that many main characters, some of them are definitely going to take a back seat. And if this theory is correct, then Billy and Ryan would probably have something valuable to add or some way to impact Amelia or Hazel's character. Otherwise, they wouldn't and shouldn't have been included. So that will be interesting to see how their relationships will play out if this theory ends up being right. My second theory is that 1-1 will make a somewhat significant appearance in this book. 1-1 was almost completely absent from book 3, and he was one of the most prominent characters before that. His importance to the train and the show in general leads me to believe that he will make a return after playing such a small part in the previous book. As to what his role would be is a trickier question to answer, but my guess would be him playing a larger role in Amelia's character arc throughout the season. If Amelia is not in book 4, then 1-1's appearance would be less likely, but I could still see him helping Billy and Ryan at some point in their journey. My third theory is Billy and Ryan are the 2 main characters of book 4, and Amelia and Hazel will not be present, or at least not play a major role in the season. And if this condition is met, it would almost be a given that the denizen who accompanies Billy and Ryan will be a girl. My evidence for this is that every book has been really good about gender balancing the characters, and I would be completely astonished if this wasn't the case in book 4 as well. Now, the meat of this theory comes down to who the denizen would be. In my opinion, Owen is not going to have all 3 main characters be first introduced in book 4. To keep in step with the previous books, the denizen would most likely be a female character who has already been introduced. These points line up with Samantha the cat, which leads me to think that she might be the denizen in this upcoming season. If the cat was the 3rd main character in this book, I would bet her character arc will involve not making the same mistake she made with Simon, and actually sticking with Billy and Ryan until their journey on the train is over. My 4th theory is that either Billy or Ryan will turn out to be the main antagonist. Out of all of my theories, this one is the one I think has the least chance of happening, but let me provide some of my evidence for this. In the short official description of book 4 that we got from the Warner Media Direct, it says that 2 friends must resolve their differences to get off the train. Now, I was paraphrasing that, of course, but it was something along those lines. So if Billy and Ryan have problems between them, much like Grace and Simon did, then I could potentially see a similar situation occurring where one of them can't grow past their character flaw and ends up becoming the villain. However, I would find it very unlikely that Owen and the crew would give us such a similar story arc right after what we just got in Book 3, and this fact alone already makes me not really consider this theory viable. My fifth and final theory is that we will be introduced to a new main antagonist for Book 4. I don't have a lot of evidence for this or as to who this could be, but my evidence is more in the form of a lack of evidence for a villain that has already been pre-established. Like for real, what known character could be a main villain for Book 4? Because of no obvious options at the moment, I think it's safe to say we will run into a new antagonist during the course of Book 4, as it is pretty hard to pull off a captivating story without having a true villain. So as to who this main villain will be, I think will be a character who can really add to the Infinity Train lore. Owen and the crew always love building upon the world of Infinity Train and giving us implications of a much bigger world that exists on the train. A perfect way to give us a good chunk of new lore to explore and give us an interesting new villain would be to introduce a new villain character or a new antagonist who has some deep connections to an aspect of the train. This new villain would probably be a human who is stuck on the train, but who knows, maybe it could be a denizen gone rogue or something. My last prediction for Book 4, and this isn't really a theory, so it's more so a prediction, is that someone is going to die, as that is now kind of the precedent set up by Books 2 and 3. So whoever that will be, I can't wait for that impactful scene. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of my theories in the comments below, and be sure to drop some of your own theories. Like I said, I will make a more detailed and accurate theories video when we get more information, but for now I'm either making really general theories or complete shots in the dark. So anyways, thank you for watching my video, and feel free to subscribe if you like Infinity Train content, as I'll definitely be making more of it in the future. If you do like Infinity Train, be sure to check out my previous videos on the topic, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a great day.